And there we go. Hello, another High Tide Imbibe. We're back. Second last beer of the night. Second and last beer of the night, I should say. For review purposes. This is one new to me from Lunn's Mill. I don't know if it's a new thing for them. I assume it is, or it's a seasonal some sort, because it's like only available in their shop. It's not like listed as a regular thing for them on their website. 6.6%. It's their Eclipse Black IPA, or if you prefer, Cascadian Ale. It's the term some people like to use. Water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. Like I said, 6.6%. And if you don't know what a black IPA is or a Cascadian Ale, it's essentially what if we took the body and roastiness and color, of course, of a stout, but added all the hops to it. So it also has the qualities of an IPA. And sometimes these can be real messes that are not balanced very well, or they taste too much like one thing and not enough like the other. But sometimes they get it right. So we'll see if we get it right this time. It's definitely a style it took me a while to really get into. And I think it was partly because I was getting so many like terrible examples of it here and there. But I've really grown to like this style, especially when it's done really well. That's a great little piece of can art there. It's very nice. All right, so it's pretty much solid black. I didn't even see a lot of light coming through on the edges there or anything. A little bit of a tan head there. It's not holding on too well. So the aroma. It's really roasty. The stout qualities come out a lot stronger in the aroma than the IPA qualities. Don't get me wrong, the hops are there. This is definitely hopped big time. There's a genuinely nice little pine kind of note popping up through there, but it's not like I've smelled versions of this style, beers done in this style, I should say, that the hops are just like your most dankest West Coast hop aroma, where it's just like piercing right through it. That's not here. This is much more accenting the roastiness of the stout base to this. So that's a good sign. It's not quite balanced in the nose, but it hints at good things. So cheers. That's really good. The stout is the biggest thing here. This is definitely one where it's much more leaning on the stout than it is the IPA. If anything, it probably could use a little bit more hopping. I think maybe that's the biggest flaw here, is like the hop note isn't strong enough. There's a little bit of that pine around the edges, but for the most part, this is just like a seriously like really well done, roasty as hell dry stout. Not quite. Well, it would be like a coffee roast that's like closer to like espresso or something along those lines is kind of where you get is kind of the big note. The body's pretty much full bodied, like medium to full. So Honestly, it just comes off as one of the better stouts I've had in a long while. Like I think I've mentioned before in videos in the last few years, stouts are kind of like, unless they're like bourbon barrel specialty dessert stouts or some shit like that, you don't really see regular stouts as much right now. And usually when you get them, they're kind of watery. This one has all the body I want from an actual stout. It's got that medium to like full body kind of character going on. The roastiness is super intense. Just the way I like it, really good. It might be too roasty for some people, but I really like it. Doesn't have a lot in the way of like complexity of flavor stout wise. Like it's not like, oh, I'm getting these notes of baker's chocolate, and then cocoa, and then coffee, and then this and that. Not really that. It's very basic, like just here's a big roasty, punchy stout. But then there is that little accent of the hops in there. The pineish kind of hops on the sides. Like I said, I wish it was a bit bigger. I wish there was a little bit more of that sort of hop character coming out, like it did in the nose. But it's a minor complaint. It's still a really excellent beer. As like a black IPA / Cascadian Ale, it does all right. When I first reviewed this on BA 101 this past week, I think I gave it an 8 for style. I think I'm gonna knock that down a little bit. I'm gonna throw a 7 at it. But my own personal preference, I'm gonna stay where I was earlier in the week on this. I'm gonna give it an 8. It tastes really good. It's not the best black IPA / Cascadian Ale I've ever had, but it does the job, and like it kind of gives me that. Kind of gives me my my fix for like just a decent stout. I haven't fulfilled that fix in a long time. So, I mean, kudos to them for that. Like, honestly, just the stout base of this would be worth releasing if they, I don't know if Lunn's Mill actually has a. Do they actually have a stout? I don't know. Let's go to Lunn's Mill. Let's just check real quick. Share screen. Lunn's Mill. So to their beer. They got a porter. Yeah, they got a porter. What's the online store might elucidate even a little bit more. So they got their blonde ale, the Brickyard Red, Chinwag Pub Ale. Interesting. Anvil Porter. That's one I'd like to try. Do they have a stout? I don't think they have a stout. If they might have had a stout at some point. I want to say I had a stout from them, but maybe I didn't. Yard beer. That looks interesting. American Light Lager. It's a very beery beer with light notes of beer. Light, crisp, and crushable. Sounds good. I wish that'd show up in the NSLC. I'd try that. Yeah, so honestly, they got a really good stout here they could release. I'd probably do pretty well for them. But as far as this black IPA thing, good attempt. Needs a little bit more hopping when it comes to bringing the hops out in the flavor. Aroma's pretty fucking solid. They got that dialed right in, but yeah, it's a minor complaint, like I said. So like 7 for style, 8 for personal preference. The Eclipse Black IPA, Cascadian Ale from Lunn's Mill. Pretty good, especially if you just want a good stout. Like if you're like me and you're in the Maritimes and you've just been running into kind of watery, bland stouts without much of a punch or anything like that, or are there like watery stouts that have like a bunch of flavors you don't want? This is actually a pretty good choice right here if you just want a stout, a nice strong stout. Because, like I said, the pine hoppiness to it doesn't really intrude all that much, especially in the actual taste. So it might be something you might want to check out if you're just looking to get your fix on, if you've been jonesing for a solid stout for the longest while. Anyway, I've been rambling. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of my night. Maybe play some Vigia games or some shit. I don't know. But I hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.